we will be testing our Oscars trivia knowledge.
Oh, brother.
It's all straight ahead on What's New.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New with Betsy Kling and Jay Crawford.
Yes, it is. Hello again, everybody. Come on into our program. It is called What's New with Betsy Kling. I'm Jay Crawford. I asked you just before the show started, have you ever had a co-host bring you hot chocolate to the set before?
You brought me hot chocolate.
You said no, and I said you do now.
I do now. It's quite delicious.
Enjoy
actually.
that. That's my special blend.
It kind of tastes like Lucky Charms, which is interesting.
I did not put Lucky Charms in there, I promise.
Lots of sugar. So
with Betsy, I'm Jay. Welcome to What's New.
That's right. Winter weather is going to be hitting with a 1-2 punch, thus the hot chocolate. We had freezing rain last night.
Ugh.
There's a look outside, and it's kind of dreary and murky. But it changes to snow overnight tonight and for the day tomorrow. Matt Wintz is keeping an eye on all of it. Hi, Matt.
Well, hey there, Betsy. I've never had a chief meteorologist bring me a hot cup of coffee or
you
hot chocolate.
won't.
Probably won't either. Fantastic. Kind of knew that was coming. I've learned you over the years. All right. So we've got a brand new winter weather advisory. This is not last night's. This is a new one for the entire viewing area. This starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Now it goes through Saturday morning as you get out towards the snow belt and ends tomorrow afternoon as you get south of the snow belt. So the reason why we've got snow and everything kind of coming back at us, we've had a lull throughout the daytime today. We've got that icing coating pretty much everywhere. We didn't have a lot of reason for the air to lift this afternoon, but it's starting to lift again. You can see we've got freezing rain, maybe some sleet pelts mixed in, mainly freezing rain, I'm guessing, on this, stretching from Akron down towards Millersburg. Meanwhile, some decent snowflakes starting to mix in back in Erie and Huron County. Meanwhile, we're still rain down towards Canton and eventually down towards Carrollton here over the next couple hours, but all this will continue to expand. The radar will really start to light up here as we go throughout the evening hours. So it's not just this batch that we're watching. Down to the south, there's an area of low pressure that will ramp up more snow down in the Tennessee Valley, Kentucky. That will arrive tomorrow morning, and that will kind of yield a very snowy Friday around here. We'll detail accumulations and exactly when it starts and ends coming up in that forecast.
Oh, thanks so much, Matt. Well, of course, the roads are what everybody's really concerned about. And if they get nasty tonight, we'll keep you updated. You can find updates on air, of course. We'll have the latest at What Matters Most at 6, Front Row at 7, What's Next at 11, and the app.
Look at
too.
the icicle hanging off the camera.
That's that freezing rain that we got last night. Now on to your feed at 5. We're learning new information on Sherwin-Williams' decision to stay in Northeast Ohio. So happy to hear this news. And Mark Namick, who broke the story yesterday, is here with more. What have you learned?
It ends speculation and fear
Yes.
that the company would leave. That's a $500 million payroll that's staying. They're going to promise to spend at minimum $600 million to build a new headquarters downtown on Public Square, and in Brecksville, a new research facility right off of I-77 at the old Veterans Administration Hospital.
So this is not, they're moving into an existing building. They're going to build new.
2 new buildings, and we don't know what it's going to look like yet. We know it's going to take care of and eliminate some parking lots that have been there for decades.
Right.
So you know by summer
That's the
people
only
will
spot,
complain
right.
about not having enough parking down there.
Do we
That's
know
coming.
exactly where these facilities are going?
They're going to go just west of that northwest quadrant of Public Square. That's been a parking lot that was once owned by Dick Jacobs, the former owner of the Indians, and his company now holds part of that. And then those couple of lots heading towards Johnny's, if anybody's ever been there, they'll know that spot. And we don't know what it's going to look like, but the city told us today they expect it to be very integrated into downtown, not a monolith building closed off or anything. They really want to become, it's going to transform really downtown's space.
It's nice to see Cleveland with cranes again, and you know, that was kind of that surge that we had with the RNC. Obviously this has a huge impact locally on the economy, so what incentives were given to them?
You know, that is a great question. We asked everybody today, the state, the city, and the county for it. Those numbers are not public yet. They will be soon because local lawmakers have to approve those deals.
Sure.
I did ask Mayor Jackson just about an hour ago, how does this compare? You've been there 14 years. Bottom line, and it takes him a while to get there, but he said it's the largest package he remembers offering to any company here. You know, that's real deal that's going to be signed.
Well, that speaks to the importance of them staying here quickly before we go. Is all the news good?
You know, there is a little element that you could pull out that's not great for Cleveland in that they might lose some net jobs because the research facility is currently here, and that's the side that's really going to expand down the road. The mayor said, you know what, we just didn't have the acreage downtown to give them that space.
Interesting.
Mark, great stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next on your feed at 5, the price you pay for Brown season tickets will be going up for the 2020 season, but the increases are not significant. 3 News has learned that just less than half of all tickets will be going up by 5% or less. So not a huge increase. About 60% of the seats will go up in price by $10 or less.
Now, keep in mind, this is the 3rd rise in prices for the Browns since 2008. And of course, we all remember when they lowered prices in 2017. You're darn right, they better have lowered them. If you're asking how can the Browns raise prices after they won just 6 games, well, it's supply and demand. You remember, we got Baker Mayfield. Everybody bought all the tickets.
Yep.
So season tickets were sold out. Individual tickets were sold out last season. So now they're trying to capitalize on that.
Yeah, when you have a waiting list, you can raise prices. I know a lot of folks are still going to say, look, they won 6 games last year, and most of the season was talked about this team advancing to the playoffs. That, of course, didn't happen. Keep in mind, we checked all the other ticket prices across the league. The Browns are still way down the bottom of the list. Of the 32 teams, when all of the ticket prices are announced for all the other teams, I'd be surprised if the Browns aren't 30th, 31st, or 32nd.
Now, how does that rate in StubHub resale tickets later in the
well,
season, which went for $6?
Now, I remember the Chargers game, the last game of the season a couple of years ago. I saw tickets going for $2 and $3.
People were putting them on phone polls.
Yeah.
Here, have them.
Well, you win games, you can sell your tickets for more money.
Oh, my word.
Okay, next up on your feed at 5, for decades, wedding ceremonies have been built on traditions. We know that, but the times they are a-changing. USA Today did a recent story. It was very interesting. They took a look at all of these modern traditions and how they are falling by the wayside. Millennials want to do it a whole different way. Here's just some of the more common changes. Betsy, I know you'll enjoy this one. Okay. You have 2 young daughters.
I do.
As I know, as I just married off my daughter.
Yeah.
That bill usually goes to the father of the bride. And let me tell you, it can be huge. But the tradition now is that price tag is now split between both sets of parents.
I'm fine with that.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
Okay, so wedding gowns, obviously a very big part of a wedding day for a bride. Well, they're not just white anymore.
I was surprised by that.
There's a lot more colors. I've seen a lot of that, and I think it's beautiful. Express yourself the way you want to express yourself. It's your wedding, do your thing. The something borrowed, something blue is going away, which I don't get. I mean, you know, you stash your hanky and your flowers, whatever. It's not a big deal. It's mostly for grandparents anyway. And then the rings are becoming more and more personalized.
Yeah,
not just
much
the bands.
less traditional. The arrangements that we've seen for so many years. Right. My daughter went that way too. She went out and made her own deal.
Well, the photography has changed a lot too.
Yeah. Well,
Instead of the
videos.
expensive photographers, it's like, hey, everybody take pictures on your phone and we'll get the whole bunch later.
Another one that was interesting, and I found this out when we were planning my daughter's wedding, wedding cakes.
Yeah.
Really not a huge thing anymore. My daughter didn't want one. They went with individualized desserts and a lot of different kinds, but no cake, which for me,
that's the
I
big
know at my
payoff.
wedding, that was a big deal.
Did they have hot chocolate?
They did not. But that might be a new trend coming just around the corner.
Winter weddings.
Lucky Charms hot chocolate.
Yeah, it is. It is magically delicious, and I'm telling you what, it is sweet. Woohoo! Let's get a check of some other stories that are making news at this hour. Sarah Shookman joins us from the other side. Hey there, Sarah.
Little sugar rush going
on
over there.
Oh my word! It's going to take off through the whole newscast.
All right. Well, here are your headlines tonight. We start in Washington, where President Trump held a celebratory address at the White House today after his Senate impeachment trial ended in acquittal. Addressing his supporters and the nation early this afternoon, the president also took aim at his detractors, targeting Democrats along with Utah Senator Mitt Romney, the lone Republican to vote guilty on an impeachment article yesterday.
Nancy Pelosi is a horrible person. And she wanted to impeach a long time ago when she said, I pray for the president. I pray for the president. She doesn't pray. She may pray, but she prays for the opposite. But I doubt she prays at all. Say hello to the people of Utah and tell them, I'm sorry about Mitt Romney. I'm sorry. Okay?
The
president also lamented how unfair the impeachment process was from the start. Well, the Cavaliers just got an injection of talent in their front court in the final hours before the NBA trade deadline. Reports say the team today traded for All-Star center Andre Drummond from the Detroit Pistons. They gave up guard Brandon Knight, forward and center John Henson, and a second-round pick. Drummond is the NBA leader in rebounds this season. And if it seems like February is already flying by, well, McDonald's is doing more than just bringing back the Shamrock Shake this season. The fast food giant is upping the ante with a Shamrock Oreo McFlurry. Now, this doesn't come out until the 19th, but if you need a sugar kick then, it is already getting some huge buzz on social media. Did you guys realize this is the 50th anniversary for the Shamrock Shake? That seems impossible to me.
It's good. I love those things. They're just,
They are
Magically delicious.
not quite as magical as the hot chocolate, though. And we
Sarah,
still have
thanks.
Tristan Thompson. All that Cavs
I
drama,
know.
and we still have Tristan Thompson.
And Kevin Love. Yeah.
But I think this was a salary dump for Detroit. It's an odd move for the Cavs. It definitely makes them better, particularly in the middle, but they're not going to make a playoff run. I don't get it.
We still have K-Love.
Yeah. My wife is very happy about that.
Me
She
too.
loves her some Kevin Love. See? All right,
What's
Sarah.
not to like?
Well, that's what I'm told. Sarah, thank you very much. If you're thinking about a Valentine's surprise meal for your sweetheart, you're in the right place. 2 easy-to-follow recipes are coming up.
And Stephanie Haney, what is coming up? Clicking in Cleveland today.
Well, NASA's record-breaking astronaut Christina Koch, she's back on land, and we will tell you what she's going to miss from space and what she's excited about being here. And there's a new person who's leading the charge in federal reform of college sports. We'll tell you all about that right when we're back on What's New.
Well, everybody, it's time to see what is clicking in Cleveland with our Stephanie Haney. Stephanie?
Betsy, Jay, we've got our first step toward national legislation to reform college athletes' payment process here. So our U.S. Representative Anthony Gonzalez, representing us here in Ohio, released an outline of his plan today. He wants to create a national standard on name, image, and likeness laws for college athletes. So here's his 5-point plan. He wants to preserve college athletics, which we all know and love. He wants to make sure that athletes can earn money for the use of their name, image, and likeness, the main point of this, and that includes things like being paid for being used in video games and endorsements. He also wants to protect their amateur status and make sure that they're not treated as employees of the school, as well as protect students from being taken advantage of during recruiting and transfer. And here's the big one: federally preempt state laws. So if you remember, in September, California passed its own law on this, and the NCAA said, the state is not the place for this. We'll have new guidelines by 2021. Gonzalez says that's not fast enough because this year's high school's freshmen are the ones who are going to be impacted by that law. So they really need to move this process along. So that's his goal, and we'll see where that comes up for you. So we need some more clarity on this now. All right, now to this story that people are clicking on. NASA astronaut Christina Koch is back here on Earth after breaking barriers and records in outer space. This is the last photo that she tweeted from space, and she said she's gonna miss, look at that, right?
That is gorgeous.
The exquisite beauty of this view of Earth and the space station. She landed here at 4 a.m. this morning. It took her the same amount of time it would take us to get from the space station to Cincinnati to get here. So just over 4 hours, and she landed here.
Wow.
Here's what she's looking forward to the most: chips and salsa and swimming in the Gulf of Mexico.
No kidding.
Yep.
Chips and salsa. I mean, after you've been eating, dehydrated food for, 328 days.
Anything's better. Back to the Anthony Gonzalez story quickly. He should know. He, of course, played wide receiver at Ohio State.
That's right.
He had one of the more famous catches against Michigan that led to a victory against Michigan. So I think we should listen to Anthony Gonzalez. He understands the trials and tribulations of being a collegiate athlete and not having any money.
From all sides of it, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Steph. Appreciate it. Well, the weather certainly had a lot of folks clicking and talking. Man, my Twitter feed lit up last night with ice pictures. We're still seeing a lot of ice that's holding on, but going forward, not so much ice, but snow.
Yeah, we've laid down the nice blanket, the refrigerated blanket that's going to hold all the snow here over the next couple days. So we turn more wintry for sure. Do you have a wintry word?
I
Perhaps?
do. Tropical.
That's not wintry at all.
Please.
Tropical.
Tropical.
Okay.
Please.
See what you can do with
Tropical.
that.
We'll see what can happen here. All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
So already starting to get messy out there. If you have loved ones coming home from work right now, they may be a little bit later than normal because we've got streets that are starting to slicken up again. Most everything's treated. ODOT did a fantastic job last night.
Here, here.
Had 313 crews out salting the roads, and they are salted right now. That's the good news. Some of those side roads, though. But notice how we've got this area of energy. We've got some snow mixed with some freezing rain. This is all pushing in and being enhanced as we provide some lift to that atmosphere again. So pretty decent snow right now. Moving into Lorain County right now. Lorain about to get snow here shortly, down towards Elyria. Meanwhile, it becomes more of a mix that we've been dealing with on and off all day, from Mansfield over to Ashland up to I-71 corridor. For Cleveland itself, we've got kind of a mix of some rain and snow, and then from Akron down to the southeast, that's where we've got the warmer air. They're still dealing with some rain showers, but eventually that colder air is going to continue to build into the system, so we're going to change it all over to snow as we go throughout the evening hours. But we're not done yet. Doesn't look like much after this, right? Well, an area of low pressure is going to develop down near Alabama, and that's going to bring a snow band up through the area tomorrow morning. So we've got another 24 to 48 hours of the system still to go. Temperatures, as I mentioned, have been hovering near freezing all day. They are going to start to drop here over the next couple hours. We're already back into the 20s, Norwalk, Sandusky. Meanwhile, down in Dover, you're sitting at a tropical 35 right now as we're really baking. I was waiting for that thing here.
It was a stretch, but we'll give you credit.
I appreciate it. I know. That's all I could get here when it's freezing cold everywhere. All right, let's go hour by hour through your nighttime. I know a lot of people wondering about that morning commute tomorrow as well. You can see how that first batch that we're dealing with now heads through 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So we are going to have some slick roads out there as those temps continue to drop. Still dealing with some snow as we go into the midnight hour. And then you see that everything kind of dries up overnight. Just some occasional snow showers here and there. If you're hoping for a school closing tomorrow morning, this is what we're dealing with on the radar tomorrow morning. Not a whole lot of activity. It's really that second wave I talked about down in Alabama. Once that comes up into the area, that will enhance our snow. I think 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when we get some pretty decent snowfall rates. That daytime solar heating ought to help a little bit. So not expecting widespread problems with this, but snow showers continuing, and they will be widespread as we go throughout your Friday, eventually transitioning to the snow belt tomorrow evening. And then you can see how those snow showers come and go out east of Cleveland, mainly certainly as we go into your Saturday morning. So how much snow? This is what your superintendents are looking at. Not much at all. Maybe a ½ inch by morning down towards Akron, a little bit more up towards the lakefront. It's really as we go into the daytime tomorrow that we start to add to that accumulation and take it for what it is here. This is going to be over the next 24 hours. So this is kind of a spread out time. But I'm thinking 2 to 5 inches or so up near the snow belt. It's going to be a north wind, so we may see some snow piling up in our secondary snow belt as well. But as you get away from the lake, I think a general 1 to 3. So highest accumulations in the snow belt through Saturday morning, lesser amounts down to the south. So let's put it all together for you. Universal Windows Direct 7-day forecast. We've got the snow transitioning to a lake effect snow as we go into your Friday evening. Saturday, some leftover snow showers, and then a very active pattern after that. We bring in perhaps some more snow Sunday night, changing over to rain during the night on into Monday morning, and then next week, another system to watch as we're going into Thursday. So very active from here. And feeling kind of tropical as we get into the latter half of next week. 45 degrees.
Extra credit for that.
I hope so.
Extra credit.
Matt, also just to let you know, there are a lot of accidents that are showing up out there this evening. One near the airport on 480. So we'll talk to Mike in just a second. He's out by the zoo. But then also farther south, 277 and 224 in the Akron area, just so everybody knows.
All right. Well, with all the cold weather, the zoo is probably the last place you'd think to go, but they do have indoor activities too.
They do. So we sent Mike Polk there. I mean, let Mikey check it out, right? To the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. And Mike, are you really hanging out with an armadillo?
Hey guys, I'm hanging out right now. I'm here with Chaco and Jim. I don't remember which is which. I think this is Chaco. This
Neither
is
did
Jim.
they.
Chaco's an armadillo. And I know it doesn't look like we're at the zoo. It looks like we're at like a Radisson Inn conference room, but we really are at the zoo right now. And the zoo, you might not know this, is open all year long. And I actually am a member, and I recommend it because the animals are very active during the winter. You can come down and see cool animals like Chaco and so many others. And what else can people come down and do and experience animals like one-on-one like this?
So Chaco is one of our ambassador animals, and for every single education program that we do, we try to incorporate an ambassador animal coming to visit you in the program. So you might be here for our spring break camp, our summer day camp, our overnights, our career day. We try to either get guests into an area or bring an ambassador here, and he wants to run around.
Let him run around. Go ahead, put him down, Chaco. Have fun.
Go, Chaco,
all
go.
our programs, we try to incorporate some sort of.
From what I'm told, I'm actually going to get to hang out with a wallaby later on and feed one, which is something I've always wanted to say out loud. You go ahead and have fun, Chaco, you little weirdo. We'll be here a little later on.
It looks like a rat-turtle mix.
It's so cute. I love how fast his legs are moving.
does.
How can that not make you smile? It's hilarious. Go, 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 go.
I love it. He's doing some work there. I can't wait till we check in with Mike again.
Oh, my word.
Valentine's Day just around the corner, as you know. If you don't feel like going out, well, we have easy but romantic food that you can make at home. Keep it right here. More What's New straight ahead.
This music, though.
It's Valentine's Day music.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rob, who's one of our floor people here, just said he would let us get a date for him here on the show.
That might have to happen.
Right? He's a handsome guy. I think it might work. Well, Valentine's Day is just 8 days away, and while going out to dinner is popular, a nice night in can be just as romantic.
He was hiding from the camera. He was afraid we were going to
totally
put him on camera. 3 News food expert Doug Tratner is in the kitchen at Astoria Cafe and Market to show us how to make 2 different fondues and which wines we should pair with them. Enjoy.
I'm here with Chef Corey in the kitchen of Astoria, a great marketing cafe in Detroit Shoreway. I know people typically love to go out to eat for Valentine's Day, but the chef's going to show us how to make a couple great fondues that you can make at home by stopping in here and getting everything you need.
We're doing a nice 3 Swiss cheeses. We have a Gruyere, we have an Appenzeller, and an Emmentaler. We're going to start off taking our white wine
and drinking it.
Yeah, we'll save a little bit for ourselves. Also, we're going to throw a little lemon juice.
And the wine, the lemon, I imagine, keep it from being overly indulgent and rich. Cut some of that really fat cheesiness.
Absolutely. We have some nice focaccia here that we're going with. A nice baked potato, some steamed vegetables, apples, and cauliflower. Apples would just be phenomenal. And your end product is going to be something just very, very smooth, very velvety.
That is rich. And that Swiss and Emmentaler and Appenzeller, it's got a little like tang to it. So now we're switching to chocolate fondue, Chef.
We're going to try the chocolate fondue.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we're going to start off with the bourbon. Let's get this in here. We're going to start getting this a little hot. Also adding this heavy cream right in there. Just again, just a nice simmer around 180 to maybe 200 degrees.
Again, with any double boiler, you don't want that water in there touching the bottom of the pan. You just want that hot steam.
Exactly.
Right?
Just really want that hot steam in there.
Is she all ready to go, Chef?
She's all ready to go. Please do the honors. Please use any sort of oven mitt or a towel.
Oh, look at that. It is. It's like glass. You can actually taste a little bit of the booze. It's not like doing a shot of alcohol, but you get a little of that kind of heat to it.
That just adds a little more character, a little more depth to your chocolate fondue. You know, getting that oakiness, getting some of that vanilla notes and sweetness into it. So.
You mind sitting down with me and having a quick bite?
Absolutely.
Hey Steve, can you show us what we're going to be drinking with each?
So what we have, because of the fondue, we have some dry white wines. We have a Vouvray and a Riesling from France. With both the cheese fondue and with the chocolate fondue, we have a rosé. For the chocolate fondue, we have a Pinot Noir. You don't want to have a dry red wine because that'll ruin everything. And one of my favorites, a 10-year port.
We try some of this chocolate?
Oh yeah.
Well, guys, I hope that you aren't my only Valentine's Day this year, but so far so good.
Cheers.
I need that.
Man, I think we all could use some of that in our life right now. You are racking up bonus points if you're doing that for your significant other.
Big time, especially the chocolate part.
It looked great. By the way, if you want to know what those wines are or all the ingredients, you can get them at the Astoria in Gordon Square. We also have the recipes up on the website, wkyc.com.
We'll be right back.
I'm hungry.
2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, hello.
Now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New with Betsy Kling and Jay Crawford.
Happy Thursday, everybody. It's only one more day till the weekend is here, thankfully. Yes, but it's going to be a rough day tomorrow, just saying, with the weather. But here's what we are working on for you, other than the forecast in the next half hour. A 4th Street staple, Chef Jonathan Sawyer, says he's closing Greenhouse Tavern after 10 years. Andrew Horansky has the latest on why.
Plus, Victoria's Secret models are fed up with some of the way things are going for them on the site of shoes. They're saying that there's a lot of abuse and misogynistic behavior from company executives. We're going to tell you exactly what these claims are. And it is Throwdown Thursday. And with the Oscars coming up on Sunday, we thought it would be kind of fun to have Betsy and I test our Oscars knowledge. At Throwdown Thursday, we give the traveling trophy. It's the leg lamp.
It's a major award.
It's been on my desk for the last couple of weeks, Betsy, so this is your big chance to win it back.
Yeah, I'm not thinking my odds are real good if it's Oscar trivia, unfortunately.
I love movies. I'm just saying.
I'm
this isn't good.
I'm dead in the water.
Yeah, we'll study.
I'll just call it.
I'll give you the answers if you
I've
want.
also been focusing a lot recently on this forecast thing we've got going on. What a hot mess yesterday, and then we have another big punch coming tomorrow.
Yeah, something coming in tonight. So we've got a couple hours now, and then I think we get a little breather, and then we go back to what we're getting tomorrow. So absolutely. If you missed winter, all those people complaining, hey, we haven't had winter yet. Where's snow?
Here it is.
Yep, here it is. And it's going to continue as we go through the next really week and a half. Maybe some really cold air coming in around Valentine's Day. A lot to see here in the forecast. But tonight, let's focus on the near term. We've got a winter weather advisory. Might as well put it in effect now for much of the area. Reason why, we've got some precipitation coming back. Most of it is in the form of freezing rain right now. We've also got some sleet on the northern end. So as checking observations, our radar always doesn't have a good handle of exactly what precip we have. This rain that you see is actually falling as freezing rain from Summit County down towards Millersburg, areas of Wayne County as well. That is freezing rain, and it's coming down at a pretty decent clip. As you head back towards New London, areas of northern Richland County, we're still dealing with freezing rain there. It changes to snow as you get up towards Erie, Huron, and Lorain County. So all this eventually is going to continue to expand across the Cleveland metro area, eventually out east, and it will change over to snow as we go throughout the evening hour. But we've got a pretty decent mess on untreated surfaces here as we go throughout the rest of the evening. So the big picture looks like this. We've got this little area of energy that will move through. Things quiet down a little bit overnight with just some snow showers, and then we'll see more development along the same system that'll move in here tomorrow, and we're looking at a pretty snowy Friday around here. We'll detail accumulations coming up. Jay.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Russ Mitchell working on what matters most coming up at 6 o'clock. Right now, he joins us from his desk in the newsroom with a look at some of the top stories here at the bottom of the hour. Hi, Russ.
Jay and Betsy, good afternoon, and good afternoon to you at home. The family of a woman who was one of 2 murdered in the Cleveland Metro Parks last summer is keeping the search for answers alive. After announcing yesterday a reward increase to $100,000 for information, the Brown family was out today, posting new signs with the reward and the phone number to call. The bodies of Catherine Brown and Cardell Sledge were found in the Rocky River Reservation 8 months ago. The Cleveland Catholic Diocese has announced the closing of a school in Akron. St. Matthew Parish Elementary will close after the school year. The diocese cited rising costs, declining enrollment, and a revenue shortfall as factors. And it is official. After plenty of hints and speculation, today the Rolling Stones announced they're returning to Cleveland. Mick and the boys will be at First Energy Stadium on June 19th as part of their No Filter Tour. Tickets go on sale 1 week from tomorrow, Valentine's Day. The last time the Stones were here, 2002. And I was looking up today, Mick is 76, I believe. Charlie Watts is 78. Keith Richard, 76 as well. And
doesn't look a day over 96.
72. You know what? Whatever those guys are doing, and I'm sure it's some interesting stuff, it's working for them.
I love to watch Mick Jagger dance while he's singing. It's just, it looks so awkward and crazy, but it just works, and they are still rocking.
And there are 12-year-olds who can't do that, so more power to him.
Yeah, he puts on a lively show. Russ, we're part of the generation whose parents could have enjoyed a show, and our kids could have enjoyed a show.
That is true. That is true.
Spanning the generations.
Thanks for the reminder, Jay.
Pass on the classic rock. Thanks so much, Russ.
See ya.
Well, now to our top talker. If you're a frequent visitor to East 4th Street, odds are pretty good that you've tried Greenhouse Tavern. But sadly, Chef Jonathan Sawyer confirmed he will be closing the restaurant. Andrew Horansky joins us now. And Andrew, it's the third place that he's closed this year. So obviously there's some big concerns from his big fans.
Betsy, Jay, we are going to have to find a new roof deck together this summer, because that was one of the best things about 4th Street, right? In the summer, a warm day, you don't want to go inside, and where else would you go but the Greenhouse, a place that Esquire once called the most important restaurant of the decade. You really couldn't be much more acclaimed than this place. Now, if there was an Oscar for Best Restaurant, this would be Best Picture. Opening in 2009, this place also made it into the pages of Bon Appetit and on both the Food Network and the Travel Channel. The backdrop to the big players at both the RNC and the Cavs run at the National Championships. A place we maybe took a little bit too much for granted, figuring it would always be there. Now we are depressed. This is the third restaurant that Sawyer has closed in a year, following Trentina, of course, in University Circle, and Noodle Cat in Crocker Park. He still has 3 concept restaurants, though, in Shaker Heights, Columbus, and inside Rocket Mortgage Field House. But this one, guys, as you know, was the anchor. This helped revolutionize, really, the food scene, and it's closing a week from Sunday.
Wow, oh my goodness.
That is quick.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Andrew.
Sure.
Appreciate that.
Still to come, it is time to get our pop news fix. And I was scanning some of the websites today, and I thought Stephanie's going to be busy today because there's a lot going on. And this Victoria's Secret story, Stephanie, they've been in the news a lot lately, and much of it has not been good.
Nope, you're right about that, Jay. That trend continues. More than 30 models have signed a letter, in fact, demanding that Victoria's Secret put a stop to on-set harassment and abuse. And here's what the models are saying went down in your pop break.
Victoria's Secret models say they're fed up with abusive and misogynistic behavior at photo shoots and runway shows. Dozens of models, including Christy Turlington, have signed a letter saying that execs at Ohio-based L Brands tried to kiss them, made them sit on their laps, and touched them inappropriately. The letter demands action and says the issue is being ignored, but the company says it revamped its policies in May. This morning, Hoda Kotb and Jenna Bush Hager launched their new show with a live studio audience. And guess who's joining them?
Crazy. Can you? Are you able to say? I mean, did you just wait? Did you just say Yeah. Because if you said you're right. Is it Oprah? Oprah is on Friday.
Jenna told R. Romney Smith just how they made it happen.
Actually, I wrote her a little letter, and she wants to come too because she hasn't met Hoda. Hoda hasn't met Oprah.
After
so
all
this is going to be
these
the meeting of the ages.
Never met her,
and I'm just going to be sitting back, enjoying.
Way to make it work, ladies. We cannot wait to watch. Now to the question on everyone's minds. Is Cleveland native Machine Gun Kelly dating Demi Lovato? The pair were getting close at the Soho House in Los Angeles, sparking rumors of a possible new romance. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but all we can ask is if they are a thing, maybe bring her to Cleveland. Demi, you'll love it here, we promise.
Wow, we had a Kardashian. Why not?
Bring them on. Here's the lowdown. They left the Soho House in separate cars, but they said a very quick goodbye, and the people that saw them said it looked like they were getting ready to meet up later.
Interesting. You going to stay on the case?
Of course.
All right, very good.
Always interesting.
Stephanie's on it. Okay, coming up on What's New, we're going behind the scenes at the Metro Park Zoo. Mike Polk is there. We're going to rejoin him. Look at Mike. He is one with the animals. Wow, can you get any cuter than this?
Dr. Doolittle, Mike Polk.
That's exactly right.
It's time now for our pop quiz. It is National Girls and Women in Sports Day. So today's question is, when did women start participating in the Olympics? Was it 1896, 1900, or 1905? The answer on the other side of the break. All right, did you ace the pop quiz? We asked when women started participating in the Olympics. So, Jay?
I can only eliminate 1905 because I know that was not an Olympic year. So I'll just take a stab in the dark and I'll say 1896.
Sorry, it was 1900.
Oh.
Out of 997 athletes who competed that year, 22 were women.
Okay, it's a good start. I mean, it's
gotten a little better since then.
Well,
thankfully.
today I think it's for every male there's a female.
Right?
Which is pretty cool.
Definitely.
Pretty cool.
Well, there's been a whole lot of slipping and sliding and skating around Northeast Ohio today, Matt, but we're going to trade in the ice skates for the snowshoes.
We are. I thought you meant in the men's bathroom. There is a leak coming in. There's a lot of slipping and sliding going on in there. But we'll get that fixed. We'll make sure we fix that real soon. Yeah.
Forecast.
Sorry,
Focus.
got it. Let's get it. We got it. I got distracted. I got derailed when you said that. All right, just check to the roads. 76 down towards the Barberton area. We've got 2 accidents, one eastbound, one westbound. Another one, Betsy, as you mentioned, 224, and there's another accident as you get south on Route 8. Things starting to turn kind of slippery outside. So that's going to continue through evening rush hour. All right, temperatures. Wanted to show you the last 24 hours because this is amazing. Look at this. We have stayed right near or below freezing in the Cleveland area. When you throw moisture on top of that, you have problems. And we're doing that again tonight. We've got this brief period where we're going to see some freezing rain and that icy mix once again this evening. Then it changes over to snow, but this is a brand new winter weather advisory. Goes into effect at 7. It lasts until Saturday morning out in the snow belt because we're expecting a pretty snowy Friday and Friday night for you. The rest of us, it lasts through tomorrow afternoon as we got a pretty snowy start to your Friday, as you'll see here in the forecast. But here we go. We've got another wave of precip moving over the area just in time for that evening rush hour. Most of this is freezing rain, especially as you get south of Cleveland, down towards 76, 71, over towards 480. That is freezing rain falling. Even some of this green showing up is freezing on contact. So we've got temperatures right at or just above freezing in spots. But bottom line, we've got an evening to get through with this batch of energy as that moves through. And then we're going to watch down to the south. Looks like we're done after that. Well, not the case. Area low pressure will develop down to the south. This will bring another slug of moisture that will develop tonight over the area, and it'll kind of curl through Northeast Ohio as we go on through your Friday, and that equals our snowy afternoon and evening that we have. So temperatures continue to come down. We're generally at or below freezing for most of us. Akron holding on to 36 right now, but even Dover and Carrollton, you're getting close to the freezing mark. And as we go through the evening, this moisture will continue to slide over the area. I think by 8, 9 o'clock, we'll start to see it exit off to the north and the east as mainly snow. Meanwhile, we're dealing with some icing still down to the south and east. Now, I was checking some of the ice accumulation forecasts, and we're still dealing with perhaps another coating tonight as you get mainly south and east of 71. So some of you that haven't perhaps seen a lot of ice may still get some pretty slick surfaces tonight. So if you're out traveling tonight, not going to be a good night to do so. Now, overnight tonight, this is crucial. I think road crews are going to be able to catch up on whatever happens this evening because we're going to kind of dry out a little bit. We'll see some come and go snow showers, but nothing of consequence overnight. But temperatures drop, so any of that water on area roadways are going to freeze. Those untreated surfaces, sidewalk steps, you get it. We're down in the mid-20s tonight. And then tomorrow, that area of energy I talked about down by Alabama, that will come up here and increase our snowfall chances. I think after the morning rush hour, that's when we really start to ramp up the snow. Looks like snow showers could see some heavier rates from time being. By afternoon, we're still dealing with it. And then as we go into the evening hours, it transitions to mainly just the snow belt. So how much snow through morning? Not a whole lot, but as we go through the day tomorrow, 1 to 3 inches down to the south. I think 2 to 5, maybe 6 out in the snow belt. That's through Saturday. And impacts, again, are going to be felt, I think, after that morning rush hour tomorrow. Universal Windows Direct 7-day forecast. We have a little warming trend after this. We're back up to a balmy 39 by Sunday, but an active pattern brings in yet another storm system, I think Sunday night on into Monday, that ends up as rain, thankfully, but a very busy pattern from here, and we'll continue to keep you updated on the latest.
Remember when everybody just complained it was just so cloudy?
Can we go back to that? At least it was no precip and warmer.
Right?
Yeah, nothing
Right?
was moving, and now it's moving again, for sure.
Nothing that exceptionally sweet hot chocolate can't fix.
You are so bad. You are so bad, Betsy Kling. Mike Polk is live at the Metro Park Zoo. Mike, peel back the curtain if you would. Show us how the zoo trains and cares for some of its many different species.
Repacking.
Well, I'm hanging out with Crikey right now, who, by
Cranky.
the way, is absolutely amazing and very fun. And this is Jim, who is also kind of fun, but not as fun as Crikey. What are you feeding Crikey right now to try and lure him near us?
Right now, he has an alfalfa cube. So
Yes.
it is kind of packed hay. He is a very strict vegetarian.
He's
so
in heaven.
He loves hay.
Look at that.
and
Well, you give me an alfalfa cube, and I'm good for the next hour, too.
It'll probably
So,
take an hour to chew that.
how, so this guy here, he hangs out, and you get to take him around, and he's like, he can be around people, huh?
We do. He is one of our ambassador animals, just like the armadillo we had earlier. He is a Bennett Wallaby. He was born here at the zoo in 2012, and so he's been in our program for all this time. And once again, like we talked about, he does a variety of different programs, so he can show up when we're doing a career day class where students will come in and they will learn all about the different careers at the zoo. Craigie comes in and we talk about care and training and feeding.
I wanted to make clear to everybody, one of the main reasons I want to come down here was to remind people that this is open during the winter. People think of the zoo as more of a summertime place, but the animals are really active when you come down here.
They are. We are super busy in the summer.
Yes.
We are open 363 days a year, so
Yes.
we are closed Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, we have education programs going all throughout the year.
Here's something I didn't know about. You guys actually can do like a sleepover kind of deal here.
You can.
What's
yeah,
that all
you can
about?
Say, so right now the program that's going on is called Tiger Tracks, and you sleep in our wolf cabin. So you might hear wolves moving around all night, or the beaver splashing, or anything like that. And then in the summer we switch it to our Rising Water Safari Camp, which you sleep in a tent in our African savanna.
And that's for kids and stuff too. It's not for
Everybody. We do kids groups, like family groups. We do.
But it's not for
church
romantic
groups.
couples so much.
We do adult nights as well.
Hey-o.
Those are pretty popular.
Speaking of, I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day story here at the zoo that is going to be pretty racy. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. That'll be on the 13th.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to meet some other animals and couples and see what makes their love lives tick.
Okay,
Doesn't that sound? Whoa! All right, fine, buddy.
He's like,
all right.
where's all the food?
All right, so I'm going to hang out here for a little bit longer because I really do think that we've really bonded, don't you?
I do.
He likes me more than most like weathermen and cheesy people who come down here, right? Thank you.
Exactly.
That's all I wanted to know. All right, back to you guys. I'll bring back my new friend maybe, if you're good.
All right, well, we would love that.
Mike, I just have to tell you, I am not sure what your cat McDoo-Doo is going to say when you come home with all these new smells. So that'd
Imagine
be interesting.
that. He's going to be like, my cat's going to be like, do I smell wallaby on you?
What?
How dare you? And an armadillo?
Cheating.
You are
on your
tawdry. All right,
Okay,
you're right.
Mike,
Good
thanks.
call. I'll make sure and Purell up.
My curiosity has peaked about his February 13th story now. Throwdown Thursday is back.
That's right. We get to play along as we see how much we know about the Oscars.
And this video is crazy. Thousands of birds flocking to one parking lot. What in the world is going on here? What is up with this?
The coveted leg lamp is up for grabs on this Throwdown Thursday.
Just a traveling trophy.
There you see it. The red carpet outside the Dolby Theater is just about ready. The Oscars are this weekend, so for this Throwdown Thursday, our Matt Wintz is going to be quizzing Jay and me on our Oscars knowledge.
I love the Oscar season. I love movies. I love everything about it. So the winner, there's 5 questions. The winner gets to keep the traveling leg lamp. Betsy, every time she walks by my desk, gives it a look, and she's like, I want that leg lamp back.
I've seen her nudge it a few times, too. So Betsy,
I had to bolt it down to make sure she didn't take it. So we got a new buzzer system.
Yep. So Jay sounds like, okay, someone's at the door. Betsy going to church. Okay, sounds good. Got it. You guys ready?
Is that should we read into that?
Bless you. Let's do this.
Bless you.
Okay.
You're going to need all the help you get there, Betsy. All right, 5 questions. Here we go. Meryl Streep has the most Oscar nominations for acting out of any person ever. How many does she have? A, 21, B, 23, or C, 17? Church lady.
17.
No.
Incorrect. Jay.
Do I see the choice?
A, 21 or B, 20? 21
I read that
is
recently.
correct.
Of course it is.
All right.
That leg lamp is
So we have an applause or something? That was
we should have
Just keep moving.
Okay, all right, number 2. So Jay's got 1 point. All right, what actor famously rejected his Oscar win for The Godfather over the treatment of Native Americans in the film industry? Was it A, Al Pacino, B, Marlon Brando, or C, James Caan Festival?
I'm going to buzz in. I don't.
Go ahead, Jay.
I could lose this one, but I'm going to say that it was De Niro.
No, that's not one of the options, actually.
Well, it definitely wasn't.
We're not doing any D's. Okay, Betsy.
Marlon Brando.
Correct. All right, nice one.
Thanks,
All right.
Russ.
Russ Mitchell, you keep it down over there.
He knows everything about The Godfather.
I know he does.
Russ, how much snow are we getting tomorrow? Okay, all right. Keep it moving. Here we go. Number 3. Our own Cleveland International Film Festival is an Oscar qualifying festival in what category? A, cinematography, B, foreign film, or C, shorts?
Short.
Shorts is correct.
Yeah, that was a total guess.
That's awesome.
That was a total guess.
2-1. One more, you win, Jay.
Okay.
Betsy, come on, we need this one. All right.
Wow, you know what already?
That's yours, dude.
How much does the Oscar weigh?
Oh, come on.
A, 6.75 pounds. We're getting specific here. B, 7.1. Or C, 8.5 pounds. Betsy, what do you think?
8.5 pounds.
Correct. All right.
Who's feeding you the answers?
Well, you got 3 to choose from. It's a good percentage.
Okay, well, the leg lamp trophy is on the line.
This is it. All right. You guys
someone
ready?
told you that? I know someone told you that.
Hands on the buzzers. Here we go.
I'm offended.
Betsy, we need that thing in the weather world.
Thanks,
All right.
Matt.
Here we go. Which magical mind has won the most Oscars of any man ever with 26 Academy Awards? A, Walt Disney. B, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Betsy, any idea? Is it A, Walt Disney?
There's only 2 choices for crying out loud.
You get it.
Disney. Walt
Take your
Disney.
trophy.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We're
well done.
coming back to wrap up What's New right after this.
It's on my desk. I got a clear spot. I might have to put it up high.
I need to.
So Jay can see it.
I need to find out.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3 4. Hello, hello, hello.
It's like the cheapest Amazon. But hello, mic check, Sarah's mic. 1 2 3 4.
Hey, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Can you hear me?
All right. I do. Can you hear me? Want to check delay? Yep. Go.
Oh, you screamed it.
All right, we wrap up What's New every day with our Worth the Watch video. Take a look at this. Look at all these birds, thousands of them, flocked to Kroger, and there wasn't even a sale that I'm aware of. And in fact, look at this woman here. She's so scared. Look at her. She's running to the Kroger.
That's terrifying.
She
I
can't
just
get
keep
in fast
thinking of the
enough.
cars. Swarms of blackbirds are not uncommon in Houston. They pop up by the thousands year after year, especially this time of the year. While they prefer rural areas, they will often flock to shopping centers and fast food restaurants because there's a lot of food laying around.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
It is.
We're out of time. Hope you join us again tomorrow.
What matters most starts now.
Staying in Cleveland, jobs, construction, what Sherwin-Williams will bring to the table by keeping its global headquarters here, and the potential cost. Landmark closing, the end of an era for Greenhouse Tavern, Chef Jonathan Sawyer's contributions to the Cleveland food scene, and what may have gone wrong.
I didn't know my baby was gone until they brought her out in that black bag.
Deadly drug costs. A young woman